Yo, what's good, fam? Cue dramatic sting. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. This is the Sean Diddy Combs trial, and it's serving more plot twists than a Netflix thriller. For educational and entertainment purposes only, we're breaking down the day Will Smith walked into court and flipped Hollywood upside down. This ain't just tea, it's the whole dang cafe. In a federal courtroom in May 2025, buzzing with whispers, reporters typing like their lives depend on it, and Diddy chilling at the defense table like he's untouchable. Everyone's waiting for some low-key witness to drop crumbs, but then, boom, the back doors swing open, and in walks Will Smith. No entourage, no PR team, just the Fresh Prince with a vibe that screams, "I'm done playing." The room freezes. Even the judge is like, hold up, is this on the script? Let's unpack this because Will's testimony wasn't just a moment. It was a full-on earthquake. Stick with me, this is gonna be wild. So, it's spring 2025 and Diddy's trial is the hottest ticket in town. We're talking federal charges, sex trafficking, racketeering, and those creepy freak-off parties that sound like they belong in a dystopian novel. The media's been eating it up, with names like Cassie, Don Richard, and even Meek Mill floating around in leaks. X is on fire with hashtags like Diddy Tapes and Hollywood Secrets, and true crime fans like us are glued, but nobody saw this coming. The courtroom's packed, journalists, fans, and some shady industry types trying to blend in. Diddy's over there, smirking, probably thinking he's got this in the bag. Then the back doors creak open and Will Smith steps in. No announcement, no warning, just him, rocking a plain black suit, looking like he's aged a decade overnight. Bro, you look like you just saw a ghost. Will walks straight to the witness stand, eyes locked ahead, not even glancing at Diddy. Will sits down and drops a line that hits like a sledgehammer. "I wasn't subpoenaed. I asked to be here." And the whole room's like, oh snap. You could hear a pin drop except for the sound of Diddy's lawyer frantically flipping through papers. From that second, the trial wasn't about Diddy anymore. It was about Will's truth. Will starts talking, and it's like he's peeling back the curtain on Hollywood's darkest corners. His voice is steady, but you can feel the weight. "I've smiled on red carpets, won Oscars, played heroes," he says, "but none of that erases what I saw, what I lived through." Then he turns just slightly toward Diddy. "You did this!" Dramatic zoom on Diddy's face. The courtroom gasps, and I'm over here like, Will, spill it all! It all started in the early 2000s with an invite to one of Diddy's legendary parties. You know the vibe, exclusive, A-list, the kind of event where you're rubbing elbows with Oscar winners and chart toppers. Will's like, "I'd been to these before. No biggie." A mutual friend, some big shot producer, hypes it up. It's Diddy's birthday, just music, networking, chill vibes. So Will pulls up to this insane mansion in the Hollywood Hills. Think glass walls, infinity pools, and enough security to guard a president. First red flag, they snatch his phone at the door. Mimics handing over phone for privacy, they say, but Will's like, privacy or a cover-up? Inside, it's not your typical party. The lights are dim, the music's this weird, hypnotic drone, and there are mirrors everywhere. Will's thinking, is this a club or a fun house? People are mingling, but the energy's off. Everyone's glancing around like they're being watched. Then Diddy slides up, all charm, flashing that $1 million smile. "Will, you're family now," he says, but that smile? It's giving Joker, not joy. Diddy leads him to a back room, and Will's expecting a business chat. Maybe a music collab or a movie deal. Instead, he walks into something straight out of a nightmare. Men, women, some looking way too young, performing like it's a twisted cabaret. Celebs Will recognizes from red carpets are there, watching, laughing like it's normal. Diddy's in the middle, grinning, sipping a drink. Will's like, what in the actually happened? He freezes, heart racing, realizing there's no easy exit. "I didn't know how to leave," he says. And that was the point. Will makes it out that night, but the real trap's just beginning. A few days later, Will gets a call from a blocked number. Some creepy voice goes, "Hope you had fun, Fresh Prince." Shutters click, they hang up. Then an unmarked envelope shows up at his office. Inside, a flash drive. Will's gut screaming, "Don't play it," but he does. It's footage from that night. Will on a couch, looking out of it, laughing at something he doesn't even recall. The camera's shaky, but Diddy's voice is crystal clear. "That's how we keep him. Keep him? Keep him? That's not a party. That's a setup." Will's testimony gets raw. "I realized I wasn't invited. I was initiated." From then on, it's a masterclass in manipulation. He starts dodging Diddy's invites, but every no comes with a cost. Movie roles he's in talks for, canceled, directors he's known for years, ghosted. Gossip blogs start churning out lies. Will's unstable, difficult, hiding something. He's like, I'm not crazy, but this feels like a horror movie. Diddy didn't need to threaten him directly. He had a network. PR firms, tabloid insiders, even studio execs who made problems appear and opportunities vanish. Will drops a bombshell about a 2013 luxury brand deal. I'd shot the campaign, signed the contracts, he says. Then poof, they drop me. No reason. 2 weeks later, another Diddy invite. When Will declines, the rumors hit harder. Specific stuff, like details about his personal life only an insider could know. That's not coincidence, that's control. Will paints a bigger picture. Diddy wasn't just a music mogul, he was a puppeteer. You couldn't walk onto a major stage without brushing his influence, Will says. He recalls a 2016 charity gala where A-listers, politicians, and tech moguls were kissing up to Diddy like he was the godfather. One streaming exec hands him a USB drive, whispering, "Only you have the final cut." Will's like, final cut of what? A movie or someone's career? It hits him. Diddy's not networking. He's gatekeeping, holding dirt on half of Hollywood. Then comes the audio tape. Will hears about secret recordings played in court and gets a call from an old friend, someone he trusted for years. Will, you're on one of those tapes, they say. They played it yesterday. His world collapses. He listens to it in a closed session. No jury, no press, just the judge and lawyers. It's him, laughing, sounding drugged, with Diddy's voice saying, "That's how we break him in." There's cheering, low music, and people saying Will's name while things happen he can't even repeat. It wasn't just humiliating, he says, voice cracking. It stole my humanity. Will admits he doesn't remember that night clearly. I wasn't drunk, I was drugged, he says. The realization hits. Diddy recorded him, kept the tape, maybe to blackmail, maybe just to flex power. For years, Will's had panic attacks, anxiety at random names or events, and now he knows why. I was remembering something I didn't want to, he says. Diddy didn't just control careers, he controlled minds. Will's testimony turns personal. I stayed quiet for 20 years, he says. I told myself it wasn't real, or it wasn't me. But those tapes? They're real. He looks at the jury, voice steady but heavy. If you want to know how powerful Diddy is, ask how someone like me, Will Smith, global star, could be silenced and not even see it. Yo, that's chilling. This is the guy we grew up loving, admitting he was trapped. The breaking point wasn't fear, it was legacy. I thought about my kids, Will says. My grandkids. They'll see these headlines. I couldn't let silence define me. So he calls the prosecution himself. I'm ready, he says. Whatever you need, I'll answer. In court, he faces Diddy, eyes locked. You knew exactly what you were doing, he says. And Diddy? He's pale, fingers shaking, looking like his whole world's unraveling. Not so untouchable now, huh? Will pulls out a photo from 2004, pre-party, pre-nightmare. It's him, young, smiling, full of dreams. This is who I was, he says, voice breaking. I haven't seen him in years. He turns to the jury. This isn't just about me, Cassie, or one party. It's about a system built to silence truth. Then, to Diddy, one last time, you called it success, culture, love. All you built was fear, and nobody lies like you. Will walks out, head high but shoulders heavy, like he's carrying 2 decades of trauma. The courtroom's stunned. Jurors are tearing up. Even the judge looks shook. Diddy, he's just staring, silent, like he knows the game's up. When Will's testimony hits X, it's pandemonium. Will speaks, Diddy files. Hollywood reckoning trend worldwide within hours. Clips of Will's words, "Nobody lies like you," are everywhere, remixed with dramatic beats. Hollywood's in full damage control mode. Studios pause deals, execs dodge calls, and PR firms send memos like, "Distance yourself from Diddy now." Y'all weren't distancing when you were at his parties, though. The internet does what it does best, digging. Old footage resurfaces, Diddy with A-listers, uneasy party vibes, Will flinching in a 2007 interview when Diddy's name comes up. Fans are heartbroken and mad. Will carried this alone. They tweet, "How did we call this a conspiracy?" X posts flood with support. but also anger at the industry's silence. One viral post reads, "Hollywood knew and they let Will drown." Will doesn't hide. The next day, he posts a black and white photo of himself in 1993, a young actor grinning on a film set. Caption, "He didn't know what was coming, but he made it through." I'm proud of him. No hashtags, just truth. It racks up millions of shares. Celebs like Jada Pinkett Smith, Kevin Hart, and Alicia Keys comment, but it's the survivors, especially men, who flood the replies. "You gave us a voice," one writes. "If Will can speak, I can too," chokes up. That's bigger than any Oscar. Back in court, the ripple effect is wild. Insiders say more subpoenas are flying to label execs, media moguls, even tech CEOs who partied with Diddy. Whispers of more tapes, audio, and video have lawyers sweating. The court seals them for now, but leaks suggest they feature other big names. If those drop, Whistle's Hollywood's done for. The judge closes the day with a rare statement. This wasn't just testimony, it was a reckoning. Will's not rushing back to work. He's with his kids, healing, reconnecting. A friend tells Variety, he's not pretending anymore. He's free. But the cost was steep. Within 24 hours, he loses 2 brand deals and a film's promotion stalls. Same old Hollywood playbook, but Will's fans, they're not letting him fade. We stand with Will Trends, proving the people's love is stronger than any blacklist. All right, fam, let's get real. Will Smith's story isn't just about Diddy's lies or one creepy party. It's about a system, Hollywood, music, power, that thrives on fear and silence. Diddy, he's the poster boy for manipulation, building an empire on broken dreams. Congrats, bro, you played yourself into a courtroom. Will, Cassie, Dawn, every survivor who spoke up knowing the industry might bury them. My heart breaks for what they endured, and I'm in awe of their courage. This isn't just a scandal, it's a call to burn down the walls of silence. What's your take? Were you shocked by Will's testimony? Who else needs to come forward? Drop it in the comments, smash that like button if you're Team Truth, and subscribe for more deep dives into stories that matter. Oh, and share this with your squad. Let's get number Will Speaks trending again. Until next time, stay woke, stay kind, and keep calling out the BS. Peace out.